set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Moore now to return. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it out past the 35. First carry for Leonard Fournette. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On first down, Ryan. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Ryan. And incomplete here on 3rd down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. First carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle. On the ball.
They go to Elliott again. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he is out of bounds Browns getting it across the 30-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
Come on now, come on, let's go.
Wentz to throw on second down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. C.J. Mosley coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. Gronkowski, the intended target.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Sliding out of the pocket. And this is incomplete. Tried to get that one to Jake Butt. And it's third down.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And Janikowski bangs it through, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
81.
Wentz now on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. Oh, wide open, complete. And he will score. It's a touchdown. Randy Moss, 60 yards. And the Madden Legends have taken the early lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Second and 10 now. Ryan. He'll buy some time right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. His first half struggles continue. He has yet to complete a pass. Hard to believe.
It is, because I don't see anything wrong with him physically. Maybe he's a little amped up to begin with. Would have thought he would have settled down by now. I think someone's got to get in his ear, got to be a psychologist a little bit, and get him back on track.
On third down, Ryan. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're buried deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's our visiting side with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out.
Let's go, Greg.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down.
Let's go, Greg.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Justin Houston coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On 2nd down, Elliott. And a short gain down to about the 33. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. It's Xavier Rhodes there in on the stop. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
On second down, Ryan. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. A big play there for KC. 42 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That call.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Third and long. It's Ryan. And this one is incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Wentz now on first down. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. They find some open field here. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Again to Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a play fake. Wentz. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Wentz. Dancing to his left. He made trouble, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but Is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A final shot before half for Wentz. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Back onto the field comes the offense for the Madden Legends. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Running with Elliott. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
The give is to Elliott. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Hilton's first catch, good for a first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Back now at FedEx Field, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break up the football, get it out. We got to clear the turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Well, they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They come out here in the eye. On 3rd down, Elliott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Elliott puts this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet. Okay, being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game. And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 1st down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jamie Collins into dropping behind the line, and that's a loss of a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Get up!
Bryant keeps it on the sneak, and he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So the D-line got the push there against the O-line to stop that quarterback sneak.
A really high percentage call on offense. I think it's the right call, but as you noted, if they didn't get the push, you can't get in there. There's no place for him to go. And that's why the whole play got stuffed.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Solid, solid.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And they pick up the 1st down there with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
Here's Elliott. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Let's go.
On the counter, Elliott. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. One last shot for Ryan. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.